Doug, what is the first question that Doug Wilson will ask when he arrives in heaven?
Where are the restrooms? And my second question is, are there restrooms? I've got a lot of questions. I think the first, I'm assuming that at the center of the great day of resurrection, there are things that it doesn't even make sense to ask. What question will you ask? Mm-hmm. Right? Because think about, thinking as post-mill guys, if we're dealing with billions of Christians by the end, mm-hmm. going to heaven or the day of resurrection is not going to be like the largest conference you ever went to.
Right.
Right. With billions and billions of people and everybody standing in line for 10,000 years to get the Apostle Paul to sign their copy of Galatians. And you shake the Apostle Paul 10 minutes and whatever it is, it's not going to be like that. But it does not yet, as John says, it does not yet appear what we're going to be like. So it says in Revelation that each believer has a white stone that has a name on it that only God and the person know. And I don't think that everybody's going to be waiting around for a handshake and greet with Jesus.
Right.
That's absurd. Uh-huh. But how can we don't have any categories other than that? Mm-hmm. If we all show up at the same place at the same time, and there's billions of us, and
seems like you would have to stand in line.
Yeah, it seems like you have to stand in line. But I think it's absurd to think that we're going to be standing in line,
right.
Which means that we are going to be enjoying a level of existence that we cannot currently comprehend, right? Yep. So that means that one of my favorite genres of jokes would be the pearly gates jokes, right? But you should never draw your theology from pearly gates jokes,
right? Okay,
right? Because it's going to be nothing like that. Mm-hmm. You can illustrate, the man and his wife died in a car wreck, and they're going around heaven, and they're being shown all the swanky, the country club banquet and the manicured lawns and the house they're going to live in, and the husband's getting angrier and angrier, and the wife finally says, "What's wrong with you? This is wonderful." And he said, "Well, if it wasn't for you and those bran muffins, I'd have been here 10 years ago."
but that's a joke that tells us something about this world that doesn't tell us anything about
it. It tells us nothing about that world.
That makes sense.
Nothing. Yeah.
My guess was your first question would be, is this steak real?
Yes. Or is it plant-based?
Yeah.